A video came across my feed, Brody Brazil with the hockey guy, and they briefly talked about Celebrini. And it was very interesting what Shannon had to say. I'll let it play.
Question now is, does he automatically play or not play in the NHL next season? And maybe is that based on who picks him?
It may depend on who picks him, but there's been some recent instances where a player goes to the NHL right away and it doesn't necessarily work, like Slafkovský in Montreal. I know Seattle's tried that with Wright. It's still kind of a mixed bag. It might be better for Celebrini, at least for that 1 year after the draft, to just play NCAA and get that one more year of development.
So Shannon thinks one more year in NCAA would do good for him because there has been some prospects in the past, Slafkovský and Shane Wright. While he didn't go 1 overall, he went, was it 4th to the Seattle Kraken, probably could have benefited from being either in the minors or back in juniors. You could even say that with a guy like Lafreniere, who has had a very good season this year and I think still has a high upside. Maybe a year in juniors or a year or two at the AHL level could have benefited him and allowed him to develop outside of the bright lights. But I'm not sure if that's going to be the same thing you see with Celebrini. He's coming into this draft with quite a bit of hype. Now, it's as much as Connor Bedard. I wouldn't say as much, but he's still regarded extremely high. And it's amazing what he's doing at the NCAA level at the age of 17 years old. I mean, in 37 games played, 32 goals, 32 assists for 64 points. That is downright impressive. And at the NCAA level, you're facing older competition in comparison to juniors. So this is my opinion. Would it benefit him playing another year at Boston University? Absolutely. Gets older, gets stronger, improves his game. But whatever team races to the bottom and gets that first overall pick, they're going to want that guy in their lineup. And to be fair to Celebrini, if someone offers you millions of dollars, would you go back to college or would you rather go cash that big of a paycheck? I mean, that's an honest-to-God conversation you can have. And for me, I'll fully admit it. If I was that talented, I would go to the NHL. That is life-changing money and you're able to live out your dream. Connor Bedard has been fantastic. Now, there are areas of his game he needs to improve, and you can notice at times, yeah, he is a rookie. And Shannon even mentioned that he felt that Bedard was pretty strong on his skates and that he could take the physicality at the NHL level. But if Celebrini goes to a few of these teams, it might be better off for him to actually go to the NHL. A couple teams that I think would be ideal for him would be the Chicago Blackhawks. You already got Connor Bedard. If they somehow got the first overall pick again, that would be a very fun team to watch. And Celebrini, while would still have a lot of hype around him, you know, they just got Connor Bedard and he was looked at as a generational talent. Another team that I think would work out for him would be the Anaheim Ducks. They got McTavish. They got some young, promising players. So you just get even deeper. That's another team I think would be a nice fit. Now, if he goes to Columbus, if he goes to Arizona, he goes to the San Jose Sharks, he's most likely in for a tough season. Now, if another team higher than that in the standings somehow magically gets him, I think him playing at the NHL level would be a no-brainer. He plays one of the most coveted positions, center. He's 6 feet tall, 190 pounds. And while he won't be a finished product his first year, you get him that experience. He gets with NHL strength coaches. You could see him come into his own very quickly. So yes, playing at the NHL level would make the most sense if he does go to the ideal team. And that's not to knock the San Jose Sharks, the Columbus Blue Jackets. They have very good fans. I just think roster construction-wise, unless they make some additions, it would make for a more difficult season for Celebrini. But I'd like to know your thoughts in the comment sections. Do you think Celebrini should play in the NHL next season, or should he go back to the NCAA? I'm Captain Paul. Appreciate you dropping a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.